Yes. Shalom and blessings, beloved of Yahuah. We are on video number 30 of Beguiled Eden to Armageddon, Volume 1. If ever I am not making videos for a few days, check my other channel, Yahuah's Beloved Daughter, because that's where I'll be making videos if I can't over here. Okay, so we are on Shroud Owners. And we're going to be reading Age of Enlightenment. According to historical record, in 1337, the first known Shroud owner was Geoffrey I de Charny, a Knights Templar. Or a Knight Templar, sorry, not plural. There is some speculation he was an ancestor of Geoffrey de Charny, Temple Master of Normandy, who was burned at the stake on March 19, 1314, with Jacques de Molay, Templar Grandmaster. The shroud was also displayed in a local assembly building, or circus, C-H-U-R-C-H, in Liray, France, during 1353, by de Charny descendants. Templar Knights have been praised as protectors of the shroud during the Crusades, but instead, they acquired it and kept it hidden because it was a stolen relic. The shroud, first known as the cloth of Edessa, was hidden in an Edessa wall for protection from Christians. I believe it was really protection from Nazarene. A trusted Georgian manuscript written before AD 500 explains Joseph Arimathea collected Yahusha's blood in a linen cloth that he wrapped around Yahusha's body after crucifixion. No.
Huh?
No.
They didn't make a mess in the carpet?
No.
No.
Joseph of Arimathea, according to scripture, was a wealthy follower of Yahusha who secured Pilate's permission to take charge of Yahusha's burial after crucifixion. Joseph he wrapped Yahusha's body in a clean shroud and laid Yahusha in his own tomb between the years AD 26 to 36. According to Yehuchanan or John's Gospel, this burial shroud was left behind when Yahusha's disciples Peter and John entered Yahusha's tomb 3 days later and found him resurrected. During that same year of Yahusha's resurrection, one of his disciples, Thaddeus, took the shroud to Edessa, where it became known as the cloth of Edessa. Documentation exists that those who touched this shroud or gazed on it were healed. This legendary cloth containing an image is included in writings of Eusebius of Caesarea in AD 325 and Evagrius in AD 590. Due to continued persecution of, I believe it was the Nazarenes because of the time period, the cloth was hidden in Edessa's wall, where it was later found and stolen because of its curative powers. Byzantine armies found the shroud and brought it to Constantinople around AD 944. Coins struck during the reign of Justinian have a face of Yahusha bearing a resemblance to the shroud. The shroud is also mentioned in a sermon by an archdeacon called Gregory at Hagia Sophia Cathedral in AD 944, as well as within texts penned by Nicholas Messerites, overseer of Imperial Relic Treasury in Constantinople, AD 1201. Constantinople was destroyed by French Crusaders in AD 1204, and the famous shroud went missing. Researchers surmise it passed around to different emperors and was given back to Templars, specifically to the House of Charny during the Crusades. It was Charny's marriage to a French Crusaders family that allowed the House of Charny to own the Shroud. The House of Charny then, through marriages, passed the Shroud to the House of Savoy, until it was bequeathed to Pope John Paul II and his successors in 1983. This was a very interesting move since the Vatican was deeply involved with burning their Templar Grand Master Jacques de Molay at the stake. It would seem Templars would never have wanted to give their most prized possession to men who had openly opposed them. Because of this move, there is credence to support conspiracy theory that Vatican's hierarchy was always working with Templars, but to avoid being detected, they had to openly kill and appear to distance themselves from the Templars, so outsiders would not know it was CHURCH officials, or circus officials, promoting Satan's sacred science and Enlightenment revolution. Okay, so now we're going into Age of Enlightenment because it ties in with this section. Revolution going on secretly underground during the Dark Ages would later resurface in full swing as an unprecedented age of enlightenment, the Renaissance. Even though the Templar Order was publicly dissolved on March 22nd, 1312, by papal decree. It has survived to this day through name changes. Scarcely had the Templars been dissolved before it rose again, phoenix-like, to assume a new disguise. From the pyres of the Templar Order, the Order of the Jesuits continued their hidden assault on anyone who opposed the Catholic circus. Then, to enslave even more men to do their dirty work at the local levels, they gave birth to modern Freemasonry. In 2003, Dr. Barbara Fraile, the Vatican's medieval specialist, found the Chinon parchment that she claimed had been cataloged wrong. How convenient. This document is considered a record of Templar trial that claims King Philip, I'm not good with Roman numerals, IV. I know it's a 1 and a 5, but it could either be 6 or 4. King Philip IV of France had put pressure on Pope Clement V, because it's a V, to dissolve the order. Clement had agreed the Templars were guilty of sins like corruption and sexual immorality, but not heresy. So according to this parchment, Vatican hierarchy did not denounce the Templars as heretics. So I guess being a heretic was the worst thing you could be during those times. That's probably why they tried to kill off so many Nazarene. Dr. Fraile went on to conclude the Templars spitting on Yahushua's cross was just an initiation to prepare them if they were captured by Muslim forces and made to do so. Excuse me, but if they were really defending the cross, they should have gone to their deaths before spitting on it if captured. That is like a POW spilling all the beans to his captors. This would be a disgrace and even treason. Templar Crusaders really spit on the cross because they were agnostics who wanted heaven on earth. Dr. Fraile also published a Knights Templar prayer that appeals to the Virgin Mary. This finally proves the Templar Order was initiated by Catholic officials in the first place and continued to work for the Pope, or they would not have been praying to Virgin Mary. They were never Christians, but they were always Catholics. Amazing how the Virgin Mary keeps popping up among those who killed, raped, stole, and destroyed. Traits the scripture says belongs to Satan. Focus on Virgin Mary will bring all religions together at the end of this age. Secret societies acknowledge her because of their total allegiance to the Black Madonna cult. This allegiance has been carefully designed within secret orders to unite men from every nation and creed over and above their preferred religion. Blood oaths transcend everything, including Yahuah, country, religion, and family. Here it says God. One must understand this very same Black Madonna cult permeated the old Roman Empire through their Goddess, Diana. Worship of Diana is what Paul preached against and is what Scripture says caused such tumult when he denounced Ephesians who venerated her as the Virgin and Goddess of Shamayim, or heaven. Next time we will be studying the Virgin unites pagans and Christians. The one after that will be the deceptive Gnostic version of Mary Magdalene. I hope you guys enjoyed the study today. And now it's time to praise Yahuah. And I might take a little break here and then come back and do I am Yahuah, that is my name, later on today. Now, this one, I hope, if anyone's having a rough or bad day, that this will lift you up. Count it all joy. 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 Through the persecution, Yahushua went through it too. Count it all joy. Count it all joy. Through the trials and tribulations, through the suffering and the pain. Count it all joy. Count it all joy. No matter what you're going through, when you don't know what to do, just look to Yahushua and count it all joy. When Hashatan throws a wrench into your life, drop down to your knees and pray to Abba Yahuah, and he will work it all out for you, so you can count it all joy. Count it all joy. Yahuah works everything out for our good. Your heart and your mind must be working in unison. Stay faithful to Yah, and he'll stay faithful to you, so you can count it all joy. Don't get caught up in the worries or cares of this world. Stay on the narrow path, not the broad road to destruction. Yahuah always has you back in your righteous ways, so you can count it all joy. Count it all joy. I love you all with an everlasting love, as our Abba Yahuah and the Shamayim loves each and every one of us. Shalom and blessings, warriors of Yahuah and the truth.